Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Royal Palm Aluminum, Apotheconversation Final Fantasy Football Episode 8. I'm Sean McGurk, met with Logan Miskowski and Casey Thomas.
Hello.
Well, Casey, like every episode, lead us off. What did we pick and what did we get right and wrong?
So, for our league, the Pick'em standings this past week,
Notice you're wearing a crown.
Yes. So we're now implementing this crown for just our Pick'ems for just our league, because it's the only championship I'll be holding this year.
Oh no!
Oh
But
no!
I had 4 out of the 6 picks last week correct. Sean, you had 3 of the picks last week correct.
Yay! I flipped the coin.
Logan got 1 right.
Because I'm number one, baby.
You have to try real hard to get only 1 right. But that gives our season total. I have 25 wins and 17 losses. Logan has 22 wins and 20 losses. Sean is at 21 and 21, a literal coin flip.
My life is a coin flip. I can take either direction. You know what it is? There were several decisions that I've made in the last few months that are heart-based decisions. It's not that anymore. It's only the facts from here on out.
Cold logic.
Cold logic. Watch my score. It's going to go through the roof.
Cold
Statistics
logic.
Stocks are going up.
Stonks. So that leads us to this week's pick'ems. Let me get my fun little stat tracker deal up, and we could talk about this week.
All right. So, Casey, why don't you just quickly run through them all right now?
So the first matchup that we're looking at is between the two of you, Logan and Sean. Best
You didn't do the thing where you flicked me off.
Well, because I respect you.
no.
Yeah. I get no respect. No, but so obviously, Sean, you picked yourself. Logan, you picked yourself. This week, I'm going to go with the Mad King. I just think overall your team is going to put up more points, and that's what counts. So.
Yep.
I think this will be the closest matchup of the week, though. You both are dealing with some buys.
I have a different opinion about the closest matchup, but I do think that it's not going to be a comfortable victory for me.
We'll see. This is my week one of my
weakest.
This is my bipocalypse here. Anyway.
So the next matchup we're looking at is the Commish and Nightmare Tornado Supernova. We unanimously chose moi.
I'm sorry, John. I really considered picking you instead.
So if there was any question, everybody chose Casey over John Hansen.
It's all showing up Melvin.
But no, this one also should be a good matchup.
I think so. I think you just have better team matchups this week.
Your team
is the big deciding factor.
Your team has become online. I'm a little concerned. It's funny. It's almost like you neutered or hamstrung yourself with choosing Justin Fields the last few weeks.
Yeah, that's been kind of my downfall.
The limiters have been on.
Quarterback.
When he's facing John, there are no handicaps he's allowing himself.
Nope,
it is
not this
100%
week.
full speed.
Bo Nix all the way. 40 points last week. I'm hoping he gets half of that this week.
I fucking hope so. God, we're gonna need an offensive shootout here to.
But the next matchup is going to be between Mike and Teddy, Lucky 13 and Double D. It looks like Sean chose Mike. Cool.
I did choose Mike.
And Logan and myself chose Teddy.
Yep.
So overall,
both teams
the matchups
are fine?
Yeah, the matchups look good.
I'll say you'll notice that Mikey's team's a little bit different. It's good.
Stacked.
Stacked,
trade,
some might say.
We had a trade yesterday, I believe, that I processed, and it gave Mike some real firepower at the wide receiver position. Those two, and if he has a third player who can consistently give him strong points, as our compadre Tim would say.
Give him his points.
If he can get those from, even if it's a guy like Cook, that's enough to be a championship team in my mind.
Yeah, it's Mikey has gone from zero to hero, and I would say he's him along with the Happy Pancakes are so.
I didn't think I would hit that.
Hey, remember what happened last time? We definitely need to check the audio.
Oh,
are some of the people that I was like, oh, not too big of a deal. Big injuries, went down. He's held it off, and now CeeDee Lamb is back. Jamar Chase is online. James Cook is off the bye. Hopefully Buffalo's got something going on. What do we got next?
So the next matchup is going to be John McGurk against Daniel Massat. Steamrollers, Beast Mode Brigade. So
I'll do John. What do we do?
No. So for this week, I picked Daniel, and you and Logan picked John.
You think Barkley's going to have a revenge game versus Giants?
I do. I think
that's a
Barkley has
possibility.
underperformed the last couple weeks. I think people have been talking a little bit of smack about him. I think he has. I think anytime that he has an opportunity to play the Giants, he has an opportunity to put up major points.
The beginning of the game, in the last game between Philadelphia and the Giants, he ran for 20 yards and then 20 yards, and then he was pulled out, and then they were like, oh, well, I guess we got to throw to our 2 wide receivers because they're bitching at us the last few weeks. And then he wasn't able to keep his ground game going after that. But I see that, but I'm very cognizant of the Jonathan Taylor being the best fucking running back in the league and stomping all over a very flimsy Tennessee defense.
According to Tim, which I hadn't fact-checked this, but earlier this week, Tim said the number 2 fantasy player.
He is the number 2 fantasy player. Yeah, number 3 is Christian McCaffrey.
Gotcha. I hadn't fact-checked that, but I believe
it is a fact. The number 1 is
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Yep. And Patrick Mahomes happens to be in this matchup as well.
Yep. And Washington, I think, will roll a little bit. So.
Yep. The next matchup was Tim against Ken, Fungus Among Us, and Ken's impressive team. For this one, I believe Sean, you and Logan chose Ken, and I picked Timmy.
Yeah. He has a 1/3 chance of winning.
Which means he's going to lose.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Tim. I'm pulling for you.
His
team's going to look a little different if he accepts we have a negotiated trade potentially for a loaner.
What would he be replacing for A.J. Brown in that circumstance?
He would be using one of his bench players because he has a bunch of wide receivers.
He's got Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, and he's got Booty to throw in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that versus fucking Cleveland. Actually, Houston's he's like the top 6.
They have a good
reducing the air yards, probably behind Denver.
Derek Stingley is really good at his job.
Yeah.
I do want to I think Ken made the tough decision this last night to trade away your number one pick in the league, Jamar Chase. But this is what I preach all the time. If you're not winning games and you can get 4 players worth of value for him,
literally what he got.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not 4 bullshit players. No, he got Devonta Smith, he got T. Higgins, he got R.J. Harvey, and he got
Brown. He got
Hollywood Brown. Thank you.
Yep.
He got 4 starters. I mean, I love R.J. Harvey, but he's not probably the guy. But it's better than whoever the hell he had in last week. I don't remember who it was, but
I think Ken's team is not at the same recovery caliber as the Lucky 13 team or even Jimmy's team, which we're about to talk about. But I think his team is now competitive.
Better.
It's just a little too late, in my opinion.
Yeah. And
the last matchup was Jimmy and Tabby, the Happy Pancakes, and Tabs the Mighty. So for this matchup, we all unanimously chose Jimmy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tabby.
You got to work on your team. That's all I'm going to say.
You need a kicker. And a little bit too much reliance on Washington. And, the running back situation's a little tough.
Yeah, if you can get somebody for Kyle Monanga, I understand you got a brutal bye week this week with JSN and Ashton Jensen going out.
Probably the hardest bye week hit of all the teams right now.
To be fair, this is the bye-mageddon, so 6 teams are on bye this week.
It would have been much tougher for you, but a lot of people on your bye-mageddon got hurt beforehand.
Well,
and you had to make changes beforehand.
Puka and Kyron, notably, are both, and Demont are all on bye this week. So, like,
as we wrap up this segment, because everybody chose Jimmy. Yep. Whose team is currently inflicted with the worst injuries?
In our league,
let me go back to the main view.
Our teams,
not buys.
No, injuries.
I mean, I would put myself up there just because I'm constantly acquiring.
No, you made the choice to have injured people.
All right,
so I've been dealing with Ricky Pearsall out for the last 3 games. I've been dealing with I don't even count Garrett Wilson because I picked him up injured. But I've also had Bucky Irving, my number 2 pick, hurt for the last 4 weeks as well. Yep. So my team's, let's use me as the baseline. Are they more or less hurt than me? You got Puka, but he's been out for 2 weeks now.
Yep, Lamar's been out for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. David Njoku saw my lineup once. And that's.
So I think it's a push between the two of us there.
Well, I also had Mike Evans get hurt and Emeka get hurt, but they
bounce back quick.
Well, Mike Evans
bounced back. Maybe then maybe Logan gets the edge on injury for this.
I mean, it's not.
I mean, if you count, I had Tyreek Hill go out.
He was the injury.
That definitely counts. We should. That's so. You got Tyreek.
Got Terry McLaurin in your lineup hurt.
Kittle out for 5 weeks, and
you picked him up. You chose Kittle for post injury though.
Bucky Irving, he got hurt.
He got hurt week. I had him from the draft. We're talking about from your original draft or a non-hurt trade position, which why Mike Evans counts.
Brian Thomas Jr.
BTJ.
Brian Thomas Jr. counts.
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin, you picked up hurt.
I drafted and
hurt.
He came back and then got hurt
again.
So what I'm talking about,
you're talking about injuries.
Yeah. So injuries that you don't deserve, which you deserve.
What is this?
No, so I'll say your injuries are lower than his.
Out for the season.
Tyreek is bad. Tyreek is a bad one.
That's a tough
The
one.
re-injury of Chris Godwin counts for something as well. What else? What are the other ones that were injured? Bryce Thomas Jr. He's only questionable, so.
And Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin, you picked up hurt though, in a part of a trade. So I think you're below. I think he was hurt slightly more than you by. You know what though? Tyreek being out for the full season.
That's tough.
That counts for something. I don't know where you are. Let's keep going.
John is a Marion. Marion was his big one.
Number 2 pick, so that's something to be considered.
His number 2 pick.
2 or 3.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No, he got Chase Brown was 2, 3. This is his flip around 3rd pick.
Okay. All right, so that's really it for John that I can remember.
So Lucky 13, we can't forget that had CD Brown or CD Lamb.
CD Lamb was hurt.
No, James Cook never went down.
No. So besides CD Lamb, which is a major blow for a very large period of the season, nothing really else.
I mean, he picked up Ayuk, but
he picked him up.
He hasn't played all.
Yeah. You want to play the whole? You picked up a hurt player.
I mean, he just picked up.
So that doesn't count. So CD Lamb's a big deal. Like a category above even Tyreek, but Tyreek was your 3rd round, 4th round pick, 5th round pick.
Tyreek was my 4th round.
Yeah,
4th round pick. Honestly, Teddy's dodged the injury bug pretty well.
Tucker Kraft missed a game, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. No, he didn't even miss. He was just, I think, limited in one of these games.
He
missed a game. Yeah, he's been. Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. But once again, category below even the 3 of us talking about it.
Yeah. John stayed pretty healthy, I think.
Josh Jacobs did have one missed game, I think. John had what's his face? Jaden Daniels. He's been hurt.
Oh, Jaden Daniels has been hurt.
We talked about Lamar Jackson for you, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. There's Jaden Daniels. Yep.
I also had Justin Fields who got hurt.
That's true.
Weeks.
That counts. That definitely counts.
Allen.
That puts you in the lead, the top 2. So
I invested in hurt players, but I also had players get re-injured and injured. Yeah. So it's
as soon as I click,
not a title that I want.
No, I don't. No one wants this.
But we need recognition for it. Timberland has not had really many injuries.
I think he lost.
Ken hasn't really had very many injuries either.
Tim lost Joe Burrow for the season.
Yeah.
Tim lost Joe Burrow for the season. For the whole season initially. That's a big drop. I mean,
and Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy's been hurt the entire season as well.
5th round pick, Burrow.
Yeah.
No.
6th round, yeah.
It was 5th round pick, but also kind of like the last of the high caliber quarterbacks too that we perceived him. Not that mattered this year with Drake May coming up and what's our last boy?
Daniel Jones, and then
he lost Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, Jimmy lost Malik.
Yeah, Jimmy had a couple guys go down. I feel like.
He lost. To be fair, Ken lost the entire Arizona running back core in subsequence to each other.
Yep, and Tim lost Brock Bowers for a number of weeks, still out.
Yep.
So
and there's the residual effects of the loss of Joe Burrow extremely negatively impacting the caliber of the offense for Cincinnati. So I don't know who the winner of that horrible award is.
Loser.
But we've all had we've all struggled.
I think the exercise tells you that the injury plague doesn't discriminate. Anybody and everybody can be hit by it. And the goal is you have to continue maneuvering, making trades, making waiver claims to stay relevant.
Yep. which is why I have 33 moves.
Yeah.
I mean, I have not been adapting well to, because I got hit 2 weeks ago with the injury bug. That was my injury week apocalypse, to continue the apocalypse usage here. And
That's kind of a telling number, seeing how many moves. So like Beast Mode Brigade,
I think 3 or 4 of mine were
Teddy
superfluous
having single-digit moves, Tabby having single-digit moves, and that also kind of falls in line with, not that Teddy's a newbie, but like Daniel and Tabby are both relatively new.
Yeah.
So they're still kind of getting their feet under them.
They don't
Teddy's team has been relatively healthy, which is why he's 5-2.
And Beast Mode Brigade's team has been pretty healthy. Well, that's
good
great.
Exercise.
So let's segue into our next segment. And we're back. Let's take a quick reprieve from injuries and instead talk about the most popular NFL teams based on social media likes or whatever.
Yeah, it's basically some website we found called Bola VIP. I cannot vouch for whether or not this website's going to give you a terrible virus or something, but it seems to be general sports, and they ranked social media follower counts and engagement, I'm sure, to find the most popular teams in the NFL. We unfortunately spoiled ourselves on a couple of these, so we do know.
I think they're kind of good spoilers, though, because we know the worst, we know the best, or let me phrase it a different way. We know the least popular and the most popular, and we know kind of the exact two middle ones.
Yeah.
So to say that to the crowd, the least popular team is
the Tennessee Titans here at
shocker there.
3.3 million. Oh, questionable.
I didn't see it.
3.3 million. I did see it, so I'll say to this next part if we care. Yeah, they're makes sense. I think Cam Ward, if he was a big blowout rookie of the year contender, might have bumped him up a little bit, but
yeah. No, Tennessee's also kind of a small market, in my opinion. And the number one, of course, is America's favorite team. Or America's team.
America's
team.
For now.
America's team.
Technically, America's most followed and social team.
Gotta be very careful
Makes
to go
sense.
up here from the bottom.
The Cowboys.
The Callous Cowboys.
I mean, that's not just a little bit more popular. Yeah. That's a lot of it more popular.
Yep.
19.9.
That checks out.
They are whatever.
We're going to guess. Any guesses? I've got a couple teams.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll kind of do a round table on, so each of us will give the other person a team and they get to rank them. The middle two teams, by the way, just so we have a calibration, is number 14 is the Chicago Bears and number 15 is the Baltimore Ravens. So I'll point at Casey and I'm going to say, where do you think the New York Giants are?
New York Giants, New York team, I would say they are in the bottom half.
Bottom half, okay.
I'm going to guess 19 overall.
19. Okay. All right. We'll check after that. So that way. Where are your Dolphins at, bud?
Oh man. So Miami is kind of a hotbed. However, fan base is relatively weak. So I will also guess that they're in the bottom half. I'll say that they're slightly lower than New York. I'm going to say 20.
Do you have one you want to guess for yourself?
I mean, I would some of the top. I would think Kansas City Chiefs probably have to be somewhere in the top 5. I would think the Philadelphia Eagles being Super Bowl champions.
Where do you think the Kansas City Chiefs is?
I mean,
Kansas City Chiefs. Where are they?
I would guess, let's say number 3.
I was thinking 2.
I was going to guess 2, but I'm going to say 3.
All right. Logan.
All right, hit me.
Logan, where do you think the Philadelphia Eagles?
I'm going to put Eagles at 5.
Okay.
I think they're a little lower, but the being in a big market, have very devoted fan base, but are trash fire at times within themselves, even when they're winning, will bring some stuff their way, but I don't think they'll get that high.
Broncos?
I'm going to say Broncos are... My gut's saying 12.
Big market, man.
Yeah, my gut's saying 12, but in reality, I'm going to say 17.
Okay.
I think...
And then do you have one to guess for yourself?
I'm going to just, hold on, first team, Houston Texans. Let's see. I was like, first team that pops in my head. Houston Texans, I'm going to give them a 24.
I think they're like 30.
I was going to say, I think they're probably pushing 29.
I'm probably a little too optimistic. 24. If I wasn't such a coward, I would say 26, but. All right. Sean.
I'm gonna say a Super Bowl team in the last 5 years. How about the Los Angeles Rams?
Los Angeles Rams, I say, is 8.
Big market. That makes sense, but
I think it's a big market, but the fact that I think
when we're done with this,
yeah.
we'll say if we think we're up or down.
Yeah, I think the number's lower.
Okay. You want me to do the 49ers?
Yeah, why not? I'll hit you with 49ers. Why not? I do think that the Chargers will be surprisingly high because they have a very good social media team. Even though some
49ers, I do 13.
13.
Okay.
And
for you,
I am gonna pick the Cincinnati or the Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna do 28.
That's 28. A very good number. I like that.
That's a good one. That's good number. Good answer.
28, I said.
28.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm put a little arrow next to it. It's gonna be my arrow and then Logan's arrow.
Okay. So. Yeah. LSC.
CL.
Okay.
So just so you know what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little arrow next to these. I think the Giants are ranked lower than number 19.
Hold on, stand there and talk real quick. I just want to see how your mic picks it up out of curiosity.
I think that
that's good enough.
Giants are going to be lower. So I'm going to go down arrow. What do you think?
Giants, I think, will be, are we saying lower towards 0 or
closer
towards
to
1?
32.
Okay, yes. Closer to 32. I'm going to say they're also closer to 32, yes.
Dolphins, I think, higher. Significantly higher.
I would say probably lower.
That's interesting.
I think I would say maybe lower. I'm going to say low. I think they're 2, so I would say lower.
Mean higher.
Higher. Go towards 0. Whatever freaking direction we want to do this.
Worse ranking, better ranking.
Better
you think
ranking.
They're 2.
Yes.
It's the only
yes. Dolphins you think is shittier than.
Yes, correct.
And Sean, you think I got it?
No. For Kansas City, I think you're spot on for 3.
Spot on. Okay.
All right.
Logan, Philly, I think is ranked.
I'm gonna say higher.
So you think it's 4, 3, 2, 2?
Yes.
I was leaning towards 3 or 4.
I think you're right.
Better than 17. I think it's closer to like 10.
I think he's like dead on. Yeah, I'm gonna say dead on. If anything, lower, but not by much.
Texas.
I'm saying lower.
Yeah. I might have been a little too optimistic about the Texas team, but we'll see. We'll see. You never know.
Rams. I'm gonna say much lower.
Much lower.
Yeah. I'll say probably towards 10. So, yeah.
49ers.
I'm gonna say lower.
I would say higher.
Browns.
You're bang on. Yeah, bang on.
Let's see what our survey says.
All right. So first one, I'll start with the Rams. I guess do we want to scroll down? All right. So here we go. We got Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars at 31.
I get that.
Okay.
I get Jaguars 31.
Chargers at 4. Okay, I was wrong on that. I thought
Chargers aren't even on our list. We're doing Rams.
Their social. Have you ever seen their
social media
stuff is good.
Great,
yeah.
I'm sure, but
it's
the
not
social
translated.
media
their market.
Following.
29 is Cardinals. Their market's super
so dense. Yeah.
Colts
at 28. So
nope.
Browns at 28 is incorrect.
Browns were
higher. Let's see how much higher.
Commanders at 5.4.
We haven't talked about them.
Okay.
Jets, we haven't talked about them.
Any fans?
God, the Browns are fucking doing it. Bucks, interesting. Yep. Okay, nothing there yet. Here's the Browns. Browns are 24.
Right,
so not far off.
All right.
And then the Texans.
So 4 places off isn't too bad in my opinion.
Yep. So we did miss out on
like the next one.
Shit, here's the Rams.
The Rams are 23.
So we were right on that one.
That's what I thought. I thought the Rams would be way lower. Yeah.
Casey gets a check mark.
Casey gets a check. Hopefully this part is not an auditory nightmare. We're gonna try to. We'll see what happens. Trying something different. Vikings at 22. Dolphins at 21. Oh!
Look at that. I almost got that on the
You almost
nose.
So Logan,
Ding.
you both get the check mark. If you're within one, I think you get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
close.
Get a check.
You get a check mark.
Okay.
You get a check.
Dolphins 21, not bad.
Interesting. Hey, that's me.
That is you.
You should be frowning.
Yeah. I want to let the maybe traditionally weak
Yep.
get them.
Yep.
Falcons at 20. Interesting. Bengals at 19.
We didn't go through the Bengals.
Texans at 18. So
Texans are higher.
wow, we were both wrong.
Texas likes football.
Football. I guess I guess they are an order of 3 times
They
less
also
than
like troll hair, apparently.
Those guys are something.
Yeah. Buffalo Bills at 17. So there goes Denver.
Well, we'll see if we're close.
Giants too. Giants are still going. Panthers at 8.2.
Wow.
So we know the 15 and 14 is the Baltimore
Ravens and Chicago Bears.
Those are our calibration points.
Yep. There's the Raiders at 13.
Raiders are at 13.
Their fan base is
I
ravenous.
think we can start. I'm going to cross out the Broncos.
Yep.
I said they were high.
Yep, you got that right. And then
Giants were toast.
Giants are toast. Dolphins were done.
Yep.
Rams are done. And 49ers we still haven't seen yet.
Right.
Lions at 12. Okay. Saints at 11. That's crazy to me.
That is crazy. It's crazy. The Colts are 32 or 30 or something.
Yeah. There's Denver at 10.
Denver at 10.
All right. So
I'm not
That's
within.
you. No, that's you. You're up.
Close. I'm gonna myself a little check.
shout outs to John who just walked by.
Steamroller.
When you listen to it. That's shocking to me. I should have stuck with my 12.
Have you seen their map? Their map's a lot of orange.
I mean, they're a large geographic
Giants
area.
At 9. Giants at 9. Yeah,
19. We were all way off. Underestimated the
figured
New York market size.
Just because they suck.
Yeah.
Still are happy about them.
Social media.
49ers at
49ers.
8.
I was close.
You're 13.
So it's a no, but Logan.
Yes.
Yep. I still don't understand how those arrows are working. It's fucking me up.
It's all good.
Seattle
you got it right,
Seahawks.
even if you're wrong.
I got it
Seahawks.
right.
They had a couple good Super Bowls.
Interesting. Miami, understandable.
Packers.
All right, here's where we get to Philly and KC. KC at 5.
Wow.
They have a tiny market. They're just a super powerful.
I guess. I
would say
we're still. I mean,
Logan. No, it's a Logan.
No, I said that was the wrong way.
No.
I
mean, I would say that's.
I thought there were 2. I was absolutely under the impression there were 2, which I'm surprised the Eagles are.
4 is Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wow.
Pittsburgh's got a big market. We didn't talk about them now.
Patriots.
Somehow they. What? That's your.
That's your representative. That's the Patriot.
So that makes the Eagles 2.
Eagles number 2. No shit.
I mean, I figured they'd be better than. Not much better than 5.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
Well.
And in saying it, I was guessing Kansas City and Philly would be in the top 5.
Yep.
So.
Well, if y'all hate this segment because the audio sounds bad, let us know in the comments.
Let us know next time. Anyway.
On to the next one.
I don't think we need to cut or anything. Everything sounds good and looks good. So
okay, sounds good.
I mean, if
looks
you want
good.
me to,
How
I
good?
can.
Real good. No, I mean, it's if it's easier for you to edit.
I mean, I can still cut it, but just keep it all rolling.
I got a random
what's the next
tidbit for you.
So we'll go into the next segment, or do you want to just talk right
now?
Just real quick, just something that I noticed, fantasy related. The running back situation in the NFL. I just made a couple of quick notes of teams last few weeks where we've seen the running back situation shift to a more of a shared backfield. And I'm going to give you some team names, and you'll kind of notice the trend. So
shared backfield being closer to 60-40 or 50-50?
Yeah, 60-40, 50-50.
Being the cutoff.
Enough to eat away that number one running back. You kind of question, is he
It
really the number one, though?
So it erodes them.
The first team that I think of is the Seahawks, right?
Yeah.
You think of that situation.
Charbonnet's the goal line guy.
Right. So with injuries, the Chargers, even though Vidal's the guy, there's still kind of a little bit of
Haskins
turmoil.
time,
Haskins hurt, but
I still think there's an opportunity for the trade for the Browns.
There's
Ford.
There's a couple
or
names out there.
Tennessee's.
So Tennessee was one because now that they've got
Tajay
Spears back, that backfield's kind of muddled. The Texans' backfield since day one.
Can you update the NFL standings one?
Has been kind of muddled. The Broncos running back situation.
Yeah.
A little
it's
questionable. Harvey's not eating as much into, but there's still enough toss up.
Oh yeah,
the Bears in the last couple of weeks.
Kyle
Monangai coming up.
Monangai is
I think I picked
making
him
a
up in the
case.
other league.
I think even the Commanders in the last week.
They've been a three-headed monster depending on the week. Yeah.
The Chiefs.
Chiefs are similar to the Seahawks.
We're seeing this now, and it's been something in the last like 5-6 years that's really kind of taken over fantasy, where I talk about the great years of the past where 90% of teams had a number one running back that played 3 downs, and teams are more going to this kind of shared field, giving their guys more time. Makes it more difficult for us as fantasy managers to kind of read between the lines, and you have to kind of go game by game. But I didn't know if there were any other teams that you guys can think of.
Let's look at the list right here. So the Bills have, I think, a wide receiver one where it's over 70-30 split, or running back one where it's an over 70-30.
Cook's the guy.
Dolphins, Achan's the guy. Jets, Breece Hall is the guy, even though it was closer to a timeshare situation. Braylon Allen before he got hurt, but they don't trust Isaiah Davis enough.
Patriots is mostly Ramondre.
Patriots is a weird one. Patriots, it's almost like they've been after this.
Shout outs to Tim, who's walking at us right now.
Dropping Ramondre Stevenson, you dingus. Was it Ramondre Stevenson?
I don't remember who dropped Ramondre.
Someone dropped
it was
Ramondre.
Tim. It was Tim. But who's the other guy on their team? Travion Henderson.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there was it wasn't really a split backfield. It's more like they were experimenting with changing the guy, but they have the guy. So that whole division has a guy.
Yep.
Steelers, they seem to be doing a split backfield, in my opinion.
If Jaylen Warren's healthy, yeah.
Jaylen Warren's healthy.
He's the main
getting
guy.
More
but
touches.
Kenneth Gainwell is getting good touches.
Yep. So there's
Bengals is Chase.
Yep.
Browns are Kinshawn now.
Yeah.
Even though he had to earn it. Baltimore is Henry. So those two divisions are pretty much set. Colts is frickin' Jonathan Taylor. Travis Etienne is the guy for the Jaguars,
Texans,
even though they were experimenting with him.
Texans is a split.
Texans is absolutely the beginning of a big split.
Titans is a split, I think, right now, even with Pollard being healthy last week.
Tony Pollard, I think, this is a little bit of a weird one. I'm not sure if it would be more or less split, but it only is just becoming split because Tyjae Spears is actually the level of health. The Broncos are historically a split backfield.
Sean Payton's a split backfield guy. He always likes to have situational running backs. We're actually 3 running backs technically because we have a guy who's only a third down pass catching back in Tyler Bidet.
So it's called wasted fantasy points that you could never earn back.
Some teams, they have that guy that's a 2-down back, and then you have the receiving back. I would argue with the Titans situation, Spears is not only eating into the carries. He had, I think, 6 carries.
He is their
week.
Passing back.
He's also getting receiving work.
Yeah.
So it's
I like Tyjae Spears. I had him on my IR for a long time. Broncos split. Chargers. I think wanted a running back.
Yeah, they wanted Hampton to be they wanted Najee to be the guy, and then they wanted Hampton to be the guy. Now they want Vidal to be the guy, and they don't have a choice but to split right now.
The Chiefs are similar to the Broncos and the Seahawks, where they like their split backfield. They have a strategy for each one of their guys and freshness, and I can kind of see the benefit because whenever either of them get on the field, Hunt at the goal line or Pacheco in the middle downs. Like they both have 100% energy and they pound it.
Yep. Situational.
But their team is those 2 teams. I wouldn't be looking for your RB1s on.
No.
The Raiders looks like they're trying to have the guy.
Just Genty. Yep. Eagles got the guy. Cowboys got the guy now.
Yep. Commanders are searching for the guy.
They got 3 guys depending on the week.
I don't think their structure is entirely modified, except that they lost their wide receiver running back. So they're in flux right now. Giants have a guy.
Giants have a guy.
Giants have a guy, but Tyrone Tracy's
still good. No, he's definitely.
And he's just in the wings. So
Packers have a guy.
Packers have a guy.
The Lions are the epitome of
a
the
dual
mixed backfield.
Sonic and
that's
Knuckles.
Like your best chance of having a team that's able to be so high productivity with 2.
Right. I had them written down, but I had an asterisk because Gibbs is the guy, but there's just so much work there.
Yeah.
That Montgomery is good enough.
They're a split backfield per game. Like I feel like it's like last Monday night was a Gibbs game. Next Monday night could be a Montgomery game. It's just
Montgomery games are generally the games where they have a bigger passing or a longer field, because then if they get stopped at the goal line, then Montgomery's the guy that they'll bring in for the period.
The Bears are trending towards having a more split field.
Yep.
If you follow the numbers the last couple weeks, the Vikings now with Aaron Jones coming back healthy, that's going to look to be.
He's not in yet, correct? I haven't been
practicing this week.
Yeah, so he'll probably be back in.
They're looking to activate him. If they do, they're looking at having a two-headed monster there.
I wonder if it will be entirely bad for Jordan Mason to have Aaron Jones in there.
I mean, his productivity, his production has skyrocketed since Aaron Jones went down. I mean, he was going from getting 4 points a game to 11 or 12.
Second or third game, though, right?
Week. Yep.
So, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I guess
because it was also the first game that he ever played with the Minnesota Vikings.
The Bucks with Bucky Irving hurt, we don't know.
Well, the Bucks, I would say this is one of the teams that's closer to a split backfield. They're probably on the cusp of 60-40. 65-35 because Rachaad White did take a lot of third down passing downs.
Panthers now looking like they're pretty split. Yeah, to their detriment. I don't like I know I think they paid Chuba. I could be wrong, but like
they did pay him.
Brother, you gotta ride the hot hand. I do not understand.
Rico looks like an absolute
game
monster.
Winner. Yeah,
the Falcons are kind of similar to Detroit.
It's funny because Bijan is such a stud, but
it's a little bit
Tyler
more
Algier
split.
Is sneaky
He's good.
He is good. In the work that he gets, he just looks mean.
He would be an RB1 on a lot of other teams, I think, or at least a more competitive RB2.
The Saints, I have no idea what they're doing.
They're running Kamara and the other guy.
They are throwing the ball a lot, is what
they're
doing.
They are.
And they're not throwing it to Alvin Kamara anymore.
Surprisingly.
The 49 IRs
are just a guy.
It is a single guy holding up the team. And his name is Christian McCaffrey. Thank you, Christian McCaffrey.
Are in a timeshare, like we talked about. The Rams, I mean...
It looks like they're trying to do maybe the beginning of a passing of the guard decorum, but they have...
They just paid Kyron, though. Like, Kyron's only in... they haven't even paid him yet. But Kyron's in his third year now.
I think they've been playing with the experimenting on maybe not having to pay Kyron.
Yep.
Kyron's in his third year.
Yep.
Yes.
He looks like he's a 30th year guy with how much they use him on a weekly basis. You know what I mean?
He's a very strong. Hey, Daniel's passing.
Daniel's
us.
walking by.
Brigade. I don't think you're going to win, but it's all good.
And then the Cardinals, obviously,
they
injury after injury. I don't know what to think of when Trey Benson comes back. I don't know what they're going to do.
No earthly idea.
But
I think Trey Benson will be the guy if he comes back.
Meantime,
missing James Conner.
Looking at all the teams, like you got to target the teams that the guys are going to get the work.
Yeah,
have to kind of ride the hot hand.
I would say that the teams and their usage percentage and splitting has been pretty consistent and is a factor during draft terms, and early in a season. Once you see their hand and how they represent it, there's a lot of consistency with the way that, as long as injury agnostic, that's something you can kind of count on.
I mean, I think Chase Brown is a good example of this. Of last year, like, he was the guy basically halfway through the season. I don't remember who else they had in their backfield. I think it was like Samaje Perine or something.
Oh yeah, Perine is on the team.
I think
Samaje Perine's really awesome too, isn't he?
I like Samaje. He's
a good scat.
Yeah, he's not anything special. He's not like a game winner, I don't think. But
didn't he have an amazing college career?
Yeah.
He had like a 2,000-yard season or something like that.
You pulling out college stats out your butt.
Crazy.
I
feel like for your health, you don't need to get into college.
Who is this man?
I know. College is dangerous. College is anyway. Like once Chase Brown kind of took the lead, he never let it go and was the guy. And then this year led him to a pretty high draft ADP, which I wanted him. And it just hasn't panned out, with all the injuries and problems on that team. But it just goes to show you that
wasn't a bad choice. It was a key injury, and the Bengals organization, which is maybe the next thing we can talk about in a future episode, of how does the organization and its quality affect the likelihood of you having significant fantasy success.
Sean Payton says there are about 10 teams at any given time that are competing for the Super Bowl. In that he means like they've made the moves, they're spending the money. There are others that are just kind of coasting on.
Stop side-eyeing him while you're talking about teams that are coasting.
Anyway,
hey,
I
let's
was
talk about
entering.
who's actually contending for it. That's why we had this pulled up in the first place. So this is technically the next segment, and I guess probably the last segment. Let's briefly go over.
Reminder to Logan, real quick: don't cut that last segment after we said cut that segment.
You can play it on 1.5 speed.
Editing Logan.
So so we have 2 more segments, audience. The first segment will be we're going to do like a little bit of a news time reporting on our perspective of 3 primetime games coming up this next week. I'll be taking the Minnesota Vikings versus the Los Angeles Chargers on Thursday Night Football. What are you going to do, Casey?
I'm going to do the Monday night game, the Commanders and the Chiefs.
Commanders and the Chiefs.
So you want to throw one? Yeah. And I will be taking Green Bay and Pittsburgh on Sunday night.
So we all have to stay up late, drink a cup of coffee, and write down what we think. Right off the cuff for me, things I'm looking out for are I'm curious to see Aaron Jones coming back and how it'll affect Jordan Mason. This isn't a crazy significant fantasy football moment for the running backs because he's absolutely RB2 territory, so the significance isn't that much for everybody. But obviously Justin Jefferson, it's big for him in this game. I think that the Chargers don't have an incredible defense, so there could be an opportunity for Carson Wentz to kind of explore the field and Justin Jefferson and get some explosive plays. What I'm going to call, though, is this is going to be a fairly low-scoring game. I think that unfortunately, there's going to be because I think the Minnesota defense is pretty good. I think there's going to be a little bit of a slowdown and repression on the Chargers' offensive abilities. And I think that the Vikings just don't have the chutzpah to be able to put up a bunch of points. So I'm going to I wonder what Vegas says. We could scroll up. I'm not going to look at it yet, but I'm going to give it 34 points, 34 and a half points.
I'm trying to see it here. I don't know. Don't believe it says anywhere on this page, which, you know what? Hey, I'm cool with that.
That's all right. But anyway, so we'll see. That's unfortunate for me because I want Ladd McConkey to get 4 touchdowns, but we'll see how it shakes out.
I will say a big thing I just noticed here assuming this is all correct and up to date, Joe Alt did participate, which the offensive line for the Chargers has been in tatters. But Joe Alt is arguably one of the best offensive linemen in the league right now. He's been out for the past 3 weeks or something. I do think that gets a big boost because he is, to my recollection, Justin Herbert's blindside left tackle.
Well, while I'm taking a quick look at the game, I'm going to be paying attention to the offensive line, how it holds up compared to previous weeks.
He's great. He is.
What are you seeing out for the Washington Commanders versus the
Kansas City Chiefs? The Monday night primetime game. I think this game, from a fantasy perspective, obviously, guys like Mahomes are must-starts week in and week out. I think Rashee Rice showed enough this week. Past week,
Commanders don't have any active injuries. Jaden Daniels is literally on
he's not playing. So, but for fantasy focusing, I think Isaiah Pacheco is a flex play this week with the Commanders. I think they're going to be struggling with Marcus Mariota at the helm.
Yeah,
I would be shying away from any offense from Washington, even with Debo questionable, with Terry McLaurin questionable. It's kind of a mess right now for them. I also think this will be at least a low-scoring game for Washington. But overall, Kansas City will probably continue to roll. With Daniels being out officially this week, I think Washington's got a large mountain to climb.
Marcus Mariota legacy game?
It's anything's
all that'll
possible.
Do is poach running touchdowns for
Isn't that the
Bill.
saying? Any given Monday night?
Any given Monday night. It's exactly what they say.
Yeah.
Be an interesting game. I hope the Chiefs lose.
What about Green Bay?
I think this might be one of the best games of the week. Does
this count as a revenge game for Aaron Rodgers?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
He doesn't play Green Bay that often.
I wouldn't. Yeah, he doesn't play them that often, and I think it's.
I feel like this wound has been scarred over, and after another wound opened up from the Jets debacle.
So there's like enough. It's more like camaraderie.
It's probably like seeing an ex like 20 years later. I don't know. Like it's just like you
feels
fucked me
like
over.
20.
Yeah.
He spent 20 years with them.
He spent 20 years with the Jets. Is what it felt like. Felt like forever. No, I'm excited about this game. I don't love the Steelers this year, but you got to admit Aaron Rodgers is playing well. They're fun to watch. And the Packers defense is one of the more interesting teams in the league this year, of a defense that was middling. You know, it was kind of okay to my recollection at best last year. And the addition of a star caliber player, what does that do to the defense? They add Micah Parsons.
Yep.
Yeah, I always do Micah Parsons. And who's the guy in Cleveland?
Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett. Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett are interchangeable in my head for some reason. But adding Micah Parsons to a defense, what does it do in terms of their quality of play?
Gets the other team off the field real fast.
Right. And so I
gives
think
you more clock control. Time of possession is 30 versus 27.
I'm interested. Josh Jacobs is a bit of a worry for me, just because that, Pittsburgh has a stout defense. They're going to need to run the ball to kind of keep them honest, but they are, I think, second in the league in sacks, the Pittsburgh defense. So they might be a decent little defense slot in if anyone's got them left out there, but probably not.
Well, it could be an opportunity for Love to get a few more passing touchdowns and whatnot if the offense gets slowed down at all.
Yeah, I mean, their wide receiver room is
varied. Many.
Tucker Kraft to me is like
average.
Yeah, I think average at best. And everyone, I mean, Matthew Golden hasn't panned out yet, which everyone was really excited about him. I mean, he's a first-year guy.
Not everybody can be an Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, I know. Not everybody. Hey, he didn't win me the game. I'm mad at him.
Oh.
But
sometimes they put those wide receivers in that are hurt. That are like, there's a straw man.
Yeah. No, he looked fine. Honestly, Baker looked like the problem in that game. Baker didn't look like his usual self.
Yeah, he looks some signifiant overthrows.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Hung over.
Anyway, yeah. Tucker Kraft, I think, has the best chance offensively on Green Bay to have a good game. He's the safety belt, safety bucket, whatever you want to call him, for Jordan Love. Safety valve. Thank you. I couldn't think of that word. Safety bucket.
It's like a throw bucket you put by your bed when you're hungover.
That's exactly what that's called.
It's a safety bucket.
Safety bucket.
Maybe that's closer to what Tucker Kraft is with Love. Me and Love aren't friends. He did bad for me last year.
Anywho, we go next.
All right. So this is a little bit more of a free form segment here. The concept in this segment is we're halfway through the year. Officially halfway. This is halfway. Week 8. We got a lot of teams that are, actually we don't really have any superstar, stellar, perfect teams anymore.
6-1 is, I think, the Colts are the only team above 5-2, I believe.
Colts
and the
are
Colts
the
feel
one
like
seed
that
right now.
Yep.
Colts, they feel like the 1 seed
in a lot of ways. Yeah.
So who's in the who are the bigger contenders that are going to be with the Colts?
It's going to be the Eagles. It's basically the NFC North minus the Vikings right now. They're all top contenders. Bucks, I love the Panthers. Probably maybe not a fraudulent 4-3, but I don't know if I'd expect them to be contenders.
I don't think of them as a fraudulent 4-3. I think it's very interesting, but they have their quarterback got hurt, right?
Bryce Young, I think he's a couple weeks out. So I mean, I think what's his name? Red Rocket's back.
He's a weird looking guy, isn't he?
Andy Dalton's been around a long time.
He's like one of the journeyman guys.
He was drafted by Cincinnati back in the day.
I was looking at him because I'm hoping he still throw the football to Tedero McMillan.
And then the NFC West is wide open. That's a great division this year.
I have a feeling the NFC West is where we're going to be pulling at least one of our wild cards out of.
Oh, guaranteed. I mean, maybe not guaranteed. Things could fall apart, but I'm willing to bet that bare minimum one of these guys ends up as a wild card slot.
It's funny because not too long ago, the West was such a meat grinder that because they play each other, that usually if you were just over 500, that was enough to win the division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are, really stepping it up this year. And so far as the AFC goes, I mean, Bills, you had talked about this, Sean. You have a bold claim that the Bills might not make the playoffs.
So, no. I think they're going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl.
Win the division, excuse me.
Yeah. No, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to play in the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to make it to the conference.
So I guess if we're looking at these teams,
there's two subjects.
Standings are right now.
I want to look at ones that look really good. I want to know, so let's start with who's off the table. Totally. Record with and record aside. Who doesn't feel like they're playoff caliber? Like
I would prefer to
you
look
can
at.
Keep it to the two of them.
God, I would prefer to kind of label a team that has a good record that won't make the playoffs.
Start with that.
So
why don't we start with you do the AFC, you do the NFC.
In AFC, I think the Steelers are not going to win that division. I think overall they will miss the playoffs.
You think they're gonna? I think they're gonna make the playoffs, but they're gonna miss it. They're gonna miss the. They're gonna lose in the first round.
I think something's gonna happen. I just have a gut feeling, and I don't think they'll make it. And as far as
so there's three teams there that are the other options. So which is the one's gonna take it from them?
I mean, I do think the Bengals are gonna find some fire with Joe Flacco, and I think they'll bring back the other Joe before long, and I think they'll end up making a run at the end. I think this division will be a tightly contested division, but I don't think we're going to have any wild cards come out of there.
You don't think the Ravens have a chance?
Nope. I think the Ravens are done.
They lost their chance.
I think the Jaguars, even at 4-3, I think they go on a run.
Really?
I'm going to say that they will make the playoffs. I don't think they'll win the division. They have a chance, obviously, still. But I look at their team and their bye this week. Perfect timing for them.
A little recalibration.
Kind of really recalibrate and kind of get their bearings. That division is still within reach for them. The Colts had a very hot start. We've seen teams go on losing streaks. That's all it takes is a 2-3 game losing streak.
Yep.
And they can flip-flop.
I absolutely think that the Jaguars are going to take a wild card spot. Their success will be what can they get in control of their offense? Because I think they have some of the pieces there for their offense. I think Etienne's a decent running back, and I think Travis Hunter is an opportunity, and Brian Thomas Jr., if he could stay healthy and get his head in the game. And I actually don't hate their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. I feel like he's got a fire for winning. He's just, his head is screwed on in the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Their defense is what has kept them in so many games.
And I really like their defense.
I think their defense is what's going to help them compete at South Division.
Yeah.
I do. I actually want to take a bit of a contra stance to you and say I think the Texans will actually snag a wild card spot from this. I do think I'm not as big of a CJ Stroud panic, not panic on CJ as much. They do need offensive line help, and I would hope that before the trade deadline they would kind of make something happen for him. But I think that the
Texans are still competitive.
They'll pull it together. I think I have more confidence in the Jags flaming out, burning themselves up, because there seems to be a lot of prima donna energy there between Trevor Lawrence, between Liam Cohen, there's between Travis Hunter, and there seems to be a lot of I'm very important to the team energy, which I think is a recipe for flaming out if things start to go bad a little bit.
Like Travis Hunter has had that kind of energy.
Not as much. I mean, I'm just big names. He's also getting a lot of commercials and a lot of stuff that. Oh yeah. I've seen he's in a bunch of stuff right now. I think the Texans have a better opportunity to pull it together because they do have a strong defense. It's hard to argue against their defense being quality.
Is there a team in the AFC that you think has a winning record that's going to? You're saying the Jaguars are going to flame out.
I agree with your Steelers assessment.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers might flame out.
They're just so racked with injuries right now that, hey, I mean, like I'm cool if they do, personally.
I think that we're going to get a wild card 100% out of the AFC West, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The wild cards will come from, I think, the AFC West, the AFC South, and
I would say probably
and the AFC East. Yeah. And I think we're going to miss.
I think the East, you're guaranteed one because I think
the Bills and the Patriots
are
good.
Good.
Yep.
I'd say that might even be the highest chance of. So I think you can quote me on that. AFC East. So or more specifically, I don't think we're going to get a wild card out of the AFC North or the AFC South.
Yeah.
Nope. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a meat grinderiness between the Jaguars and the Texans.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what happens when Lamar Jackson comes back, if the Ravens can find a way to turn it around.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like if he's able to pull him out of this hole, he's, as per usual, back in the MVP conversation.
All that's going to do, though, is then once again dilute the opportunity for there to be a wild card out of the AFC North.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
That's how it usually goes.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, let's go over the other division.
I will say that Lamar, even with Lamar in, the Ravens were 1-3, I think, or something like that. So they didn't have a winning record. So it is interesting.
No, there's worse. There's other things happening there. So the NFC East is an interesting division.
I mean, that tie makes things very intriguing in terms of standings and breaking ties within the division and whatnot. That does make things complicated.
I think that the Giants could have a shot.
All right, so we'll see what the Giants' schedule for the rest of the year is.
They have their bye is
I have
20
the two hot takes I have in the NFC are I have the Giants making the playoffs. I have them making the playoffs. I have the Falcons making the playoffs.
Atlanta does feel like it. Atlanta needs to grow Michael Penix real freaking fast.
I mean, their team, again, a solid, strong core defense and an offense that's showing that they've got wheels. So
we have them versus the 49ers.
The Giants are a fun team to watch.
I'm not going to be happy to watch the 49ers game.
They play the Eagles again.
I'm excited for that game.
Yeah,
I think that they're going to beat the Eagles. What do you guys think this week?
I'll say nah. I don't think so.
They beat them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, not much has changed outside of I forget what's his name with the Eagles just came out of retirement to come play defense for him.
Who?
Their center or their Jason Kelce?
Not Jason Kelce. I mean, so okay, we'll say since they counted, we'll say this is a win again. 3-5.
I don't think they're going to beat the 49ers. So 3-6.
3-6.
Let's
Bears,
say 4-6.
4-6.
Let's say 5-6. Let's say 6-6. Let's say 6.
No, they
6-7. Let's say 7-7. Let's say 8-7. Let's say 9-7. Let's say 10-7. Is 10-7 enough to make
Brandon Graham.
Brandon Graham.
Yeah, defensive tackle because the Eagles had another injury. He retired after the Super Bowl. And
pulled him off the couch.
He said, I'm coming back to help my Eagles.
Good boy.
They got a tough.
What was he?
Defensive tackle.
Defensive tackle.
They got a tough road coming up. I would love the Giants to play well. I think they're maxing out at I
think they're going to get 10-7.
I think they'll go 7-10. The Lions, the Packers.
Is 10-7 enough to make the playoffs?
In their division, I would say probably not. That'd be a tough. You need a lot of stuff to fall right your way, making. Wait, say 10-7 or 7-7? Oh, 10-7, absolutely. Sorry, I think
10-7. They'll get a wild card berth.
Probably, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet would be second in their division at 10-7.
I want my favorite Super Bowl would be the 49ers are in their
We're in the
right?
NFC, yeah.
Never mind. My favorite NFC championship would be 49ers versus the Giants.
All right. Anyway, apart from that, NFC North is wide open as is tradition.
I think the Lions are a team that are gonna diminish and fall into the West.
Really?
Okay, so
that's bold.
That is bold.
I would say probably not. I think they are going to keep on the trajectory as long as they stay healthy, which is always the question with them.
I think the Bears are gonna outshine their stars.
They're figuring something out, man. I don't.
Ben Johnson. That's their head coach, right?
Yeah. I
think the Panthers are going to take NFC South.
If they kept Rico in. I mean, well, if Tampa Bay plays like they played Monday night all year, then sure, the Falcons could take the division over them. But
I think we're going to get a wild card out of the NFC West, and I think it's going to either be the 49ers as the wild card or the Rams. I think the Seahawks are going to diminish and fall into the West. Or maybe we get 2 out of them.
I think the NFC as a whole is pretty wide open, aside from the Saints. And
I feel like the NFC is a better conference than the AFC for power ratings.
Right now, yeah.
Did I break my mic?
Very fun. This year, yeah, there is a more of a general equity among the NFC West.
The NFC teams.
Excuse me, NFC teams of just better overall than the AFC.
Outside of the Saints, because the Cardinals are trying to figure things out with Kyler Murray.
A lot of bad injuries.
The answer.
Yeah.
But even the Giants at 2-5 are a team that's exciting and
competitive.
Yeah, absolutely competitive.
So the problem is they're definitely not going to win the division because they're so far behind in it. Now, other than the Giants, that's my call. Who else that's a 2-win team do you guys think has a shot of playoff success?
The NFC.
Both. So
they are the only 2-win team. because
And the Cardinals.
I don't think the Cardinals.
No, Cardinals don't have a shot.
And the Saints don't have a chance to make the playoffs either.
No.
As far as
what about the AFC?
The AFC.
No.
I mean, the Dolphins.
Go ahead, Case. Let them know.
The Dolphins are going on a 7-game win streak.
If there was some bad luck affiliated with the Dolphins, I would be like, okay, I got you. But it doesn't. It feels like structurally unsound.
No, it's a fucking dumpster fire.
but
I'll
the Browns and the Ravens in this division.
I'll stay hopeful. You're saying the Texans can rally behind
their defense,
behind a two-win team.
Ravens. I think the AFC West is where we're gonna get at least one other division.
Raiders is tough. Like outside of those two teams, it's really tough. Are there any teams in the NFC that are over 500 that are looking strong that you think? You say the Lions you think are going to fall out.
Yeah.
You think?
I think it's a low chance.
You think the Seahawks are going to fall out? Which, to be fair, that West division, someone's got to fall out because they got to all play each other.
Yeah, I mean, unless they all split the series all year, but
it's possible.
But
I think that there's going to be a lot of wins on those teams. But I think that of the 49ers, the Rams, and the Seahawks, I think the 49ers and the Rams are the most likely to make the...
I think the Panthers, telltale of their record, look at their at home, they are undefeated, and away, they're 1-3. So you got to win away from home to be... even at 4-3 right now, it just means that...
No, I look at that and I know that that's not based on solid scientific evidence. It's vibes with the Panthers. The Bucks, I need the Bucks to prove themselves a little bit more to me. Baker's won. Baker reminds me of the Kansas City Chiefs winning in the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes of him playing like a freakazoid, but that doesn't hold up for a season.
It's tough to win consistently with that. You're able to snatch some games out of the jaws of defeat, but I mean that's tough, Falcon.
You're supposed to win at home.
Yeah.
And like the Packers, for example, 3-0 at home, 1-1 away.
Well, let's wrap up this session with how do we feel like our teams are going to do this week? I'll start with the 49ers. Who are we facing? We're facing the Houston Texans. 49ers versus the Texans. I'm 99% sure that's the case. That's because I was talking about being concerned about Christian McCaffrey's health because I think the Texans cause injuries purposefully. Aziz Ansari or whatever his name is.
Reach out to your local Etsy witch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hire more witches. So I think the 49ers will take this from the Texans. I don't think it's going to be a crazy high-scoring game because the Texans are pretty good defense, but the 49ers got a good defense. Yeah. So that's my feeling. And Nico Collins is probably out on concussion.
He's questionable right now. I don't know what we have to check.
Not that he did that much
in
last week's game.
He's questionable.
How about your Dolphins?
So we're playing in Atlanta against the Falcons. Bijan and Tyler Algier are going to run for 240 yards
each.
Well, no, they'll have a collective over 200-yard game total yards. Falcons, I think, are favored by 7.5. I'm taking the Dolphins by 14,
we should
baby.
All take our team.
We're snapping out of the streak.
Hey, rest in peace, freaking awesome tight end that won me 2
Jonnu.
weeks.
Not Jonnu.
Darren Waller. Yeah. Darren Waller, always injured. Go wrap some more, man. Come on.
Hey, he gave me 2 wins.
Good couple weeks.
How about your Broncos?
I think this will be our biggest test of the year so far, with how good their offense is. Our defense.
Oh, you're doing the Cowboys this week.
Yeah, we're playing the Cowboys. It's a Javonte revenge game. It's there's a lot of big talent coming out of it.
Javonte revenge game against the Broncos.
Yeah, and who's been running all over us. And I'm concerned. Unfortunately, our Patrick Surtain's great. He's going to cover CD Lamb. Hopefully, knock on wood, keep CD in check.
You have to cover him and Pickens, though.
Well, that's the thing.
So have to split into 2 players.
So that's our other wide receiver. Our other corner is a white corner, which is a unicorn. You don't see him very often. Named Riley Moss, who is good. He's a good cutter, but the problem is he's not as good as who's across the field of him. So he has to deal with your Devonta Smiths. He has to deal with the other person who's going to be getting targeted more. And he's sometimes up to the challenge, sometimes not. Current fans a lot of Broncos fans don't like him right now because he's
getting smoked.
He's not getting smoked. He's doing well. All the metrics say he's doing well, but he's giving up big plays. There's a very questionable pass interference at the end of the Giants game
that gave up the game.
Which everyone agrees it wasn't really a pass interference, but I mean it is what it is. Long and short of it is, I think
a Broncos fan talking.
Yeah,
no, you're absolutely right. I watched it. It was bullshit.
Yeah, but I think this will be. I want a good performance from our offense, consistent a whole game performance, not just a fourth quarter, please, Bo. And I think we will scrape out
Let's get some points on the board here.
Early.
Let's get like 40 points against the Cowboys and let them get their 28
Come on, points. Help a brother out.
Help a brother out. I gotta keep up the Daniel Jones victory over there.
I need some. Who's facing Tim this week?
I can tell you right now. It is Ken.
I was like, Timmy wants this too, but you're Cortland Sutton. I need him to get a touchdown or two.
I would love Cortland Sutton to get touchdowns.
Hey, thank you all for joining us on this 8th episode of Apotheconversation, Final Fantasy Football. Once again, I'm Sean McGurk, and I'm met here with Logan Muskowski and Casey Thomas. Have a great afternoon.
Bye.